night in Manchester. This is the date that every Manchester Storm fan has been waiting for. The New Year's Day meet-up with the Sheffield Steelers. And last year, it proved incredibly popular. It was a sellout and an absolutely tie-breaking game. We'll be revisiting some of those moments very shortly. In the meantime, today I'm joined by John Fernley, who works for Steelers TV. He also knows a little bit about them. You've been following them for a while, haven't you, John?
Yeah, I've been following them since I was a youngster. I've been going since 1999, my first game, so it's a lot of highs during that time and not so many lows. It's been a pretty good few decades to follow them.
Okay, no need to rub it in, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's start then looking back. We're going to head back to New Year's Day 2016. Let's remind ourselves of, as a Manchester Storm fan anyway, that painful memory. The Storm shelter packed to the rafters in a sellout game, all welcoming in the new year. And Storm got off to a strong and physical first period, with Paul Phillips netting that first goal 8 minutes in. When the teams returned in the second, Sheffield came back to equalise. But just minutes later, Storm put 2 goals in 30 seconds past the keeper, one of which was from Adam Harding, his first goal for Manchester Storm, at that stage just a backup on the roster. Moments later, an unmarked Patrick Valcak sees a rebound opportunity and nets his second goal of the game. The second period ends 4-1 to Storm, with Folkes and Fitzgerald getting up close and personal. So Storm started with a comfortable lead in the third, but they were down to 3D. And with a disputable call for slashing on Tolman, the tides began to turn. Heartbreak came not long after, when Steelers found 2 goals past Kalemba in less than a minute, and the dagger drew deeper when an equaliser came with under 2 minutes left in the game. So with hearts in mouths and heads in hands, a penalty shot given to the Steelers almost sealed the deal, Kalemba keeping Storm in the game, but not for much longer, as what was a 4-1 lead fell to a 5-4 overtime loss just minutes later. Let's talk about the kind of history between these two teams. You know, we go back 15, 20 years, when Manchester Storm were first around playing at the 9X Arena, the New Year's Day meet-up with Sheffield Steelers. There was a lot of emotion involved in that, wasn't there?
A rivalry should have a couple of things. It needs locality, it's got that, these teams aren't far apart geographically, and it also needs history. And every time there's a Steelers-Manchester game, it adds an extra layer to that. Manchester want revenge for last night, for last year. Omar Pasha wants revenge for all the Stingrays games against the Steelers. Every time there's an extra game, there's an extra little bit of meaning for every fan that comes along and every player who's been a part of it in the past.
Well, obviously things have changed, because the history with Manchester Storm back in, say, the late 90s, early 2000s, you know, Manchester Storm are a different team now. It is classed as the new boys in the Elite League. They're a relatively new franchise, much smaller budget than Sheffield Steelers. You know, I've quoted this idea of David and Goliath whenever we played, say, Belfast Giants. Someone like Paul Thompson, head coach of Sheffield Steelers, do you think he still gets nervous when he comes to play a team like Manchester Storm?
I don't think that's got so much to do with the history of the club, but I think the Steelers prefer to play in a big arena on big ice. This has got too many memories of the big blue tent, small ice surface, crowd right on top of you. It's going to be loud in here tonight. The low roof, the sound echoes down. Storm start games well. They don't always score the first goal, but they tend to start well. It's a question of whether they can maintain it throughout the rest of the game. They couldn't yesterday, and I'm not sure that was tiredness related. I think it was more to do with the fact that they just gave a power play up at the wrong time. But the Steelers are going to be short of a couple of bodies tonight. I know the Storm are missing a couple as well. So I don't think tiredness is really going to come into it. Both teams have had a very busy schedule, but it's not a game that I want the Steelers to fall behind in from a Sheffield perspective. Last season, going 4-1 down, they got away with it.
Well, that's the analysis before the game. We're obviously going to come back 2 hockey nights in Manchester. We'll have some post-match interviews, some analysis as well of what happened in the game. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go find a quiet corner to hide in and hope that all goes well for Manchester Storm. Of course, though, Jonathan, I am impartial.
Of course.
Clearly he isn't. Let's go straight to the game and find out what happened next.
Michael Hicks, the referee, drops the puck on this one, and we're underway. Hockey's alive in 2017 here. Johnson finds Dazinski, goes rink wide, just about gets there. Here's Trabuco down the middle, first shot, dealt with by Mustakovs. The atmosphere is outstanding as Storm have a little chance at the side of the net. Cleared away by David Phillips eventually. Levi Nelson gets it over the line as Bissonnette will come back in again. Storm put this one out in front, Cartier driving. Can't get good wood on it. Earhart to Harding. Now the long release. Here's Levi Nelson. Storm with men back. Hagos shoots this one high. It goes too high into the netting. So 5-on-4. Tripping call on Trevor Johnson. And Storm, who were killed by power play goals, are going to get hurt again. Jared Hagos gets the deflection on the floater from the blue line, and the Steelers have the lead here in this War of the Roses clash. Back it goes to the top, put in there, huge deflection, zero Clemente could do about it, and the power play registered after just 14 seconds. Well, the Steelers definitely bought a ticket in this raffle. They just hold their shape, and they collapse down pretty hard on the goalie as well. So into the final minute of this first period. Maybe a chance for a short-handed break. That's a huge hit, by the way, by Dazinski on Dowd. Steps back across, and now there's a turnover. Earhart, Storm looking to make something happen off the post. Heatley denied by the ironwork, and that was all made by Darian Dazinski's brilliance. Danger back at the other end. It's O'Connor. Quick shot comes in and all the way through. Armstrong will get the credit, and that's just how cruel this game is. Storm hit the post at one end, and Steelers, within the space of 6 or 7 seconds, come straight back down, and they get a bit of fortune here. You can't help but think that maybe Clemente wants that one back. Valchuk back after it. Penalty coming. Hagos is down, and he's holding his face, and he's going to head straight towards the Steelers locker room. Oh, he's not in a good way here, Hagos. Well, let's have another look at exactly what happened here. I thought it was Patrick Valchuk who was involved in this. I think it was. Let's just see that one again. There were 2 sticks that came in here. Here we go, one more time, just watch. Varley on the left side. I think it is. I think Connor Varley has been kicked out of the game. A 5+ game. A 5+ game penalty for high sticking. Play continues. Heatley goes to the bench as they have one man back in Darian Dazinski. Two great chances they've had, both of them short-handed. There's a 5-on-3 short-handed breakaway as Ratchet finishes off. And that will be game, set and match for the Sheffield Steelers. His second of the night, the third power play goal for the Steelers. And with 8 minutes to go, it is a long, long road to get back in. All four men got caught in the corner, and Ratchuk had the freedom of Cheshire to finish off out in front. Trabuco, Johnson, they play catch. Now maybe looking for the flop for the one-timer. Trabuco winds this one up too high. Long rebound, Bissonette puts it in front, it's there! Dazinski scores! 3:06 to go and Manchester finally on the board. Another power play goal in this game of power play goals. A high shot, Bissonette reacts first and then battered out of the air by Dazinski. Mustakovs plays it round the boards, it's still in the zone though. Steelers will take it away. Time has just about run out for Manchester and a chance to maybe finish things off. A fourth goal for Robert Dowd. Back-to-back wins for the Sheffield Steelers over the Manchester Storm. As the White Rose continues its dominance over the Red. Storm are devastated, frustrated. It's been a long night. Big crowd on hand here in Altrincham, and they will leave disappointed as 2017 will begin with a defeat. An honourable one at that though. Well, that does it. Storm beaten on home ice by 4-1. Penalties hurt.
Well, it wasn't the result that every Manchester Storm fan wanted tonight. An end of 4-1 to the Sheffield Steelers. And as the Zamboni clears the ice, and so do the stewards, there's a sad face here on my face, I have to say. But Jonathan Fernley, there's a man who's holding back the smiles.
There's a huge sense of relief in that the Steelers have taken enough of the power play chances that came their way. They had plenty of them, but that game could have been so different in so many ways. The breakaway chances that the Storm had, if they take any of those, the whole atmosphere changes. We were talking amongst the Steelers fans at the end of the second period saying, how long do you reckon we could hold on to a 1-goal lead in this game for? And the consensus was 30 seconds, a minute maybe, because they know what this building is like. And thankfully, when the Storm did get a goal, there was that little bit of extra cushion. It was a 2-goal lead to hang on to, not a 1-goal lead. But it wasn't comfortable, and it never really felt it, perhaps only just at 3-0. But for large parts of that game, there was a real sense that this could go anyway.
Well, we'll just pause there for a moment because we do have the opportunity to catch up with Omar Pasha after this game and find out his thoughts on why Storm weren't able to capitalise on a home soil win against Sheffield Steelers.
Sheffield Steelers practiced their power play tonight, so that's the story of the game. I mean, we were undisciplined. Took bad penalties. Were there 50-50 calls that maybe shouldn't have been called? Maybe. Could we have had more power plays? Yeah, possibly. But at the end of the day, we were our worst enemy tonight. And whether it was, because it's a sold-out crowd, we're playing with that emotion, with that edge. We wanna get the points, and we wanna, get a big win at home, or it's because we're just, a bit lazy and taking those bad penalties. But tonight we took, I can't even remember how many bad penalties we took, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating as a club, and because we had a really good crowd tonight, and we wanted to get the points, but it cost us yesterday that penalty with 2 minutes left in the third, and it cost us again tonight the whole game. I mean, every time we started to get a bit of momentum, 5-on-5, we just got a penalty. So
Sheffield seemed to play quite a clever and tactical game. Do you think that they got under the players' skin to get those penalties?
Maybe, but I honestly think we were dumb. We shouldn't have taken that many penalties, and we did. And we right from the get-go, we told the guys, listen, don't talk to the ref, play your game, keep your feet moving. And for some reason, we didn't do that. And it comes back maybe to fatigue. Maybe it's our fourth game in this week. Maybe we were a bit tired. We were emotionally. We got 2 big wins. Yesterday we lost an emotional game on the road, but there's no excuses for taking that many penalties. And as much as we want to blame the referee or the other team, we were our worst enemy tonight. And throughout the weekend, they scored all their goals, bar that empty net, was power play goals. So that's the story of our weekend.
How do you get yourself back to prepare for 5 Flyers next weekend? What will you be doing in practice this week?
Well, now we get rest, because tonight there was some guys played too many minutes because they had to play power play, kill, maybe a bit of power play, kill, maybe a bit of power play. So now just get rest and hopefully get a body back here for next weekend, because we can't do that to ourselves, especially when you're short benched, and we've been usually pretty good when we're short benched because we stay disciplined, because we don't take those bad penalties that maybe we were taking at the beginning of the year. And unfortunately we didn't do that tonight, and we were tired. And that third period, we had a big kill, and then we lost Connor for a major. But I thought we were 5-on-5 in the third. We started playing well, and then a few times we just took bad penalties. So.
How do you explain to the fans the difference between Storm beat Belfast Giants away, they beat Cardiff on the road? Is it just a case of hot luck on the night, or what's kind of happening? How do you think about it?
Well, yesterday we're in a 1-1 hockey game, and we give up a late power play goal with a minute left in the game. So for 59 minutes, we're right there with them. So, maybe it's puck, maybe it's a missed coverage on the PK, but, yesterday was a heartbreaker. But today, you do that to any team in this league. If you give that many power plays to any team in this league, they're going to beat you. And, we had a few chances at the end, but even that, it was too late. We were like 2 minutes left, you're down 2, and guys are tired. Guys were killing the whole game, so it just comes back to the penalties and puck luck. We didn't have as many penalty kills against Belfast, against Cardiff, and like I said, maybe it's fatigue, maybe it's our 4th game and since Monday, but still, you got to find a way, especially when it's a great opportunity for us as a club to play, in front of a sold-out crowd, and our fans were loud all night, and that's a bit the frustrating part, not necessarily, the loss, because I can accept losses where we battled, maybe one break, bad play here, bad play there, but tonight we were just overall our worst enemy, and it's disappointing, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, you just turn the page, you got to move on. It's a long season, and now what we can do is learn from this game, because if we do this again, we're going to lose, so we got to realize that.
Next weekend we have 5 Flyers. They're here on Saturday. The face-off is at 7 p.m. So let's hope Storm can get back on that winning streak. They rest up, as Aymar Pasha said, and get back out there and get back onto those wins. In the meantime, you can check out all the ticket information, any updates on news as well, manchesterstorm.com. If you want to get in contact with us here at Hockey Night Manchester, there are a couple of ways you can do that. First of all, Twitter, we're at Hockey Night MCR. And also, just along the bottom of the screen right now is our email address. Send us an email if you want to get in contact with us, give us your thoughts. In the meantime, as we always say at Hockey Night Manchester, always take the weather with you.